Good morning, class. It is Mr. Wong here. So today we're going to look at Unit 8 in Focus in your textbook. Alright, so please take out Focus and turn to page 96. Page 96 of Focus. Okay, for the answers in Unit 17 of Oxford Anthology, we're going to check the answers in our next live Zoom lesson. Alright, because I want to check whether you have done your work or not. So we won't check the answers today. We'll check it in our next live Zoom lesson. It should be on the 7th of May, next Thursday. Alright. Okay, so now let's look at exercise 1 on page 96 first. This part. So you can see we have some adjectives here. So I'm going to check your knowledge first. So can you convert these adjectives into their noun forms now? Okay, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Yeah, please pause the video now and then write down their noun forms. Just like the first one, the first example, courageous, it is the same as brave. Okay, so the noun is courage. Okay, so please pause the video now and write down the nouns. Okay, so I assume you have written down the answers, so let's check the answers together. So, second one, determined, what does it mean? If you are determined to do something, you've made a strong decision to do something. If you're determined, all right, that means you won't give up. Right, so determined is the adjective, and we have determination as its noun. So please check your answer. Give yourself a tick if you're correct, and give yourself a cross if you're wrong, and write down the correct answer. Right, determination. Okay, number 3. Oh, and at the same time, please highlight these words in green because you have to write these words down in your GE book and copy them 3 times. Okay, so that you are familiar with their spellings. Okay, so number 1, courageous, and number 2, determined. All right, oh, I'll change it to red. I think it's easier for you to see. Okay, determined, number 2, and 3 should be enthusiastic. So what does it mean, enthusiastic? So you can memorize it this way: enthusiastic, the adjective. Okay, so it means you have a feeling of energetic interest in a subject. Okay, so you're very interested in something, in a subject or an activity. All right, so enthusiastic. So what is its noun form? It's easy. Enthusiasm. Okay, so we change the suffix to sm. So enthusiasm, right? And then 4, generous. It means you're willing to give help or give money to others, right? To help them. So generous, and its noun form is generosity. All right. Okay, the next one. Number 5, honest. So this one is easy. Honesty. If you're honest, you don't tell lies. Right? And then 6, loyal. Okay. So it becomes loyalty. Okay. If you are loyal to someone, you won't sell them out. Right? If you're loyal to someone, you won't sell them out. Loyal. Okay. Number 7, modest. It means you do not boast about yourself. Okay. Even though maybe you're very good at something, you won't say you're very good. Okay. You just say, oh, I'm just average. Okay. So modest. So it's the same as honest, so we change it to modesty. Alright, and this is okay. This is number 5 in your GE book. Modest. Okay, number 8. Okay, optimistic. It means that you are positive. You believe that good things will happen in future. All right, optimistic. So what is this noun form? It should be optimism. All right, optimism. You change the ending to ism. Optimism. All right. Okay, so please learn these words and make sure you know the parts of speech of each word. Right. Okay, we'll skip exercise 2. We'll move on to exercise 3 on the right hand side of your book. Exercise 3 on page 97. Okay, so you have to read the headlines and the introduction to the stories, then choose the best definition for the expression a random act of kindness. Okay, so now can you look at the headline, right? This one, and the introduction. All right, and then look at these words as well: honest, honorable, and no longer homeless. And then on the next page, buying boots for a barefoot beggar. All right, and then choose the answer. I'll give you 1 minute. Please pause the video now. Pause the video and then find out the answer. Make your choice. Okay, so after 1 minute, let's look at the answer. So which one will you pick? Which one? I think the best answer to this question is option B, right? Doing something unexpected to help someone. That's why we have the word random here, right? So random act of kindness to help someone in an unexpected way, right? Okay, and then before we do exercise 4, we will read the passages together. So please highlight some words at the same time. Okay, let's go back to the passage. Okay, so and here is the good news. Remember, news is uncountable, although it has an S, but remember, news is always uncountable. All right. Okay, let's look at the introduction now. So the news is often full of tragedy and disaster. Please highlight the word tragedy and the word disaster. Okay, so tragedy number 7, disaster number 8. All right, so tragedy is a bad situation or a sad story, a story with a sad ending, right? Tragedy, something bad. And a disaster, an event that results in great harm. For example, an earthquake, right, or a fire disaster, right, or a flood, right? Okay. Please write them down in your GE book and copy them 3 times. Let's continue. But here are 2 true stories that will warm your heart and put a smile on your face. They may suddenly inspire you to be kind to someone, even a stranger. So, inspire. Okay, please write down the word inspire. If something inspires you, you have a new idea or you have the motivation to do something. Okay, inspire. Okay, go on. Commit to random act of kindness and make someone's day. Next one, number 10, commit. So it carries 2 meanings, right? Here, it means to do something, right? To commit a random act of kindness, to do something, to take action. But we can also use it to describe something bad, right? For example, to commit a crime. All right? So it carries 2 meanings, right? Okay, let's look at passage A. Okay, paragraph 1. Homeless Bill Ray Harris was begging on the streets of Kansas City. Sarah Darling walked past and dropped some coins into his collection cup. Next paragraph. The next day, she realized that her diamond engagement ring had dropped into the cup with the coins. Okay, so please highlight the word engagement engagement. This will be number 11. So if you're engaged, that means you have promised to marry someone. Okay, engagement here is the noun. Okay, an agreement to marry someone, right? Okay, she went back to find Harris, not feeling very hopeful, but she was surprised when he remembered her and returned the ring. A jeweler had offered Harris $4,000 for the ring, but he was an honorable man, and he kept the ring in case the woman returned. Okay, so if you are honorable, it means you are honest and fair. You don't tell lies. Okay, so you deserve respect and praise. Okay, because you don't tell lies. Honorable, right? Okay, and then let's continue. To show their appreciation. So if you appreciate someone, this will be number 13. If you appreciate something, it means you recognize that something is valuable or important. Okay, appreciation, to show their appreciation. Sarah Darling and her husband collected money for Harris. The story went viral online and donations arrived from all over the world. The final total was $185,000. Harris doesn't sleep rough now and is no longer jobless. He has part-time employment, has been reunited with his family, and has a new friendship with the Darlings. Right? So we unite, you meet somebody again. So we unite, this will be reunite, this will be number 15. And okay, so here, this is the past participle. So please write down the verb, should be reunite. We unite, okay. Don't miss the E at the end. We unite. And before that, we have 14 donations. Will be 14. Donation. The noun of donate. Okay, you give money to someone to help them. Donate. All right. Then let's move on to passage B. Passage B on page 97. Okay. So let's look at the words here first. Buying boots for a barefoot beggar. So barefoot. Bare means you don't wear anything, right? Barefoot, not wearing any shoes or socks. Barefoot, so it can be an adjective. Here it is an adjective, a barefoot beggar, but it can also be an adverb, okay? All right, let's look at the first paragraph then. Officer De Primo was working in the West Village area of New York when he saw some people laughing at a homeless man because he had no shoes on. The officer was shocked by the people's cruelty and stupidity. Okay, so 17, cruelty. So what is the part of speech of cruelty? You can tell from the people's cruelty, right? This is the noun. Just write it down in your GE book. And then stupidity, because I want you to learn the spellings of these words. Stupidity, again, should be a noun. Alright. It was freezing cold that night, and the officer decided to help the man out, so he can help somebody out. He asked him for his shoe size and went into a store where he bought a pair of boots and some socks, and then gave the man a hand to put them on. Okay, so you can give somebody a hand, it means to help somebody. Alright. Okay, the next paragraph. Another police officer was in the neighborhood that night. So neighborhood, 19. It should be item 19 in your GE book. Neighborhood. The area of a town that surrounds someone's home, right? Okay, and she was impressed by the officer's kindness and helpfulness. She took a she took a photo of the officer doing a good deed. So please highlight the word deed. So deed, it's a noun. So it means it refers to an intentional act. Okay, so you do something on purpose. That is a deed. Doing a good deed and send it to the New York City Police Department. They put it on their Facebook page to show that police officers can be sensitive and sympathetic. All right, so sensitive. Okay, so 20 is deed, 21 sensitive. So the word sensitive has two meanings again. The first one is you understand what other people need and you try to be helpful. Okay, so sensitive, that is the meaning here. Try to help the others. You understand how they feel, you know what they need, all right? And the other meaning is if you're sensitive, you are easily upset by other people or other things, right? For example, if you're sensitive, then if people say something, it will make you feel upset or unhappy, right? Okay, so sensitive. And then the next one, 22, sympathetic. Simp. Remember the meaning of simp? S-Y-M or S-Y-N? I think we have explained it in the first term, right? So simp means the same, right? So pathy, path means it refers to the meaning. All right, so sympathy, it means you have the same meaning. That means you understand and you care about somebody's feeling or suffering, right? So sympathetic. And then next should be, let's continue. The photo went viral and attracted 500,000 likes and 200,000 shares. So the next one is viral. We've seen this before. So it means something that circulates rapidly. Okay. Viral. Obviously, it comes from the word virus. Okay, so please learn these words, copy them 3 times in your GE book. Okay, let's go to exercise 4 now. Exercise 4 on page 97. Can you do these questions? Write down true or false. I'll give you a minute or maybe 2 minutes. Please pause the video now and write down true or false, and then we will check the answers. Okay, let's look at question 1 together. So Darling didn't intend to put her ring in Harris's collection cup. That is true, right? Because she dropped it by accident. So it should be true. And then number 2, Harris tried to sell Darling's ring for $4,000. Is it correct? No, someone wanted to buy it, but he refused to sell it to the jeweler, remember, so it should be false. And number 3, the Darlings gave Harris $185,000 of their own money. No, because they collected the money from donations, so it should be false. And then 4, Officer De Primo didn't have to buy the man's shoes. Correct, because he was just on duty and he didn't have to do that. And number 5, a neighbor took a photo of De Primo and put it on Facebook. True or false? No, because the photo was taken by another police officer, so it should be false. And then 6, very few people saw the photo on Facebook. It should be wrong because it attracted 5,000 likes. All right, so it should be false. Okay, so I think that's it for today. We'll continue tomorrow. Okay, so please write down these words in your G book and copy them 3 times and learn their spellings, learn their meanings and pronunciations. All right. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye, class. Bye-bye.